Let's give our praises to the Most High, whose true name in ancient Hebrew is Yahweh, and the name of his only begotten Son, whose true name in ancient Hebrew is Yahweh Shai, and the Holy Spirit, which in the ancient Hebrew is the Ruach Kwadash. Double honors to the elders of GMS who taught us this truth by the Holy Spirit. Honors to the brothers risking their life and freedom to push the gospel. Peace and blessings to the elect, who would be the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who make up the lost 12 tribes of Israel according to scripture and prophecy. The elect will be 1/3 of the Israelites who in the last days will return back to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, while the 2/3 of Israel who don't turn back to the Most High in time be destroyed with America. And that's all according to prophecy. We back with another lesson through the mercy of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. I think I'm going to title This is what it looks like to worship the beast. Again, this is what it looks like to worship the beast. So I guess we're going to start there real quick in Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So when people read the book of Revelation, they think of a literal beast, a literal monster. That's not the case. And worshiping the beast or the image of the beast, they picture that you bowing down and praying to a monster or evil spirit. No, worshiping the beast is really happening already. It's happening right now through gradualism, one step at a time. Now, we're going to show that the beast is a man, which you can already get this in, I believe, Daniel, the book of Daniel, but for sure, Revelation, the 17th chapter, that the different beasts will be different kingdoms that would arise in the earth. And just real quick, when you come down here to Revelation 13 and 18, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast. So those with this understanding, because they will understand, for it is the number of a man. So the beast is a man, and that man will be Esau Edom, the so-called white man. And his number is 600, 6, and even 666, people have no understanding of that. But we done videos on it. But yeah, the beast is the man. So that's what we gotta understand first. You know, as we show what it looks like to worship the beast. So let me see. The beast is a man. We got that. We gonna jump to this video real quick from the brother GMS Kingdom Minded. And we gonna show a few things real quick. Because really, worshiping the beast is all about control. That's what it's about. And how is it happening right now already? Well, now they're going to require you to have a real ID. I think that's the ID with the star on it. You know, certain countries and states, they're going to require digital ID for this, digital passport for the airports, digital ID to go in certain grocery stores in the UK. Pretty much, it would be the different mandates that they will force on the people, forcing them into this digital cashless society. Ultimately, worshiping the beast, what it's going to look like, it's going to look like this right here. When you get the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, implanted into the body, such as the microchip that's going to go in the right hand and the different brain chips. Neuralink is just one example. There's many more. But let's get this video real quick. So worshiping the beast is all about control, but check this out.
This is their plan, guys. This is their plan. One world government, one world cashless currency, a one world central bank, one world military, end of all national sovereignty, end of privately owned property, end of the family unit, mandatory you know what, universal basic income, microchipped tracking for all citizens, world social credit system. We've been warning you guys for years and years and years that this is coming. This is what they've been doing. Thousands of 5G towers, end of private transportation. They want, electric cars that they can shut off. That's why they're pushing it. End of private farms, business-owned governments only, travel restrictions, and restricted land uses.
But you see, a one world central bank, one world cashless digital currency, microchip tracking for all people, a one world social credit system, and that's beginning right now with the digital IDs, biometric verification, real IDs, everything going digital, merging your biometrics with it. Again, it's all about control. So I'm going to start here real quick. We're going to hit the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and this would be a kingdom. And he had two horns like a lamb, and spake as a dragon. This would be America. The two horns, or two powers, be the Democrats and the Republicans. So, like a lamb, meaning they would pretend to be for the people. They do that during a presidential debate, pretending like they're going to do all this good stuff for the people. But what happened after they get elected, such as Trump in his second term? He began to speak as a dragon. And speak as a dragon, meaning draconian laws. When you look up the phrase draconian law, it pretty much means to pass laws with severe or harsh penalties, stuff like that. So that's why when we now come to the book of Isaiah chapter 10 verse 1, it says, well, sorrow awaits the unjust judges. Like this one would be Trump. But this is altogether Esau the white man in general. It says, and those who issue unfair laws. They deprive the poor of justice. The poor would be the Israelites, the 12 tribes. Poor meaning you have no military. The justice system is not on your side. Law enforcement in the military is against you as a people. The whole world, this system is against you. You're discriminated against, harassed based on your nationality or ethnicity. That's what it means to be poor. Pretty much, you don't got the power to save yourself or really change your situation for you or your people. So again, the unfair laws, they deprive the poor, the Israelites, of justice. Because these unfair laws, they target the 12 tribes. Everything ICE been doing, and really everything Trump has been doing, he's been doing it to target the 12 tribes. It says, and deny the rights of the needy among my people. We would be the needy. Needy mean, need a savior. Needy meaning we would have to go to our enemies for the one of all things. And what we see is, especially with the Northern Kingdom, when it comes to the ICE raids and deportations, they getting denied all of their rights. Due process, none of that's happening. They're not able to make phone calls, anything else. No rights at all. All their rights being stripped away. But that's what it's always been about. The laws was always written to benefit everybody else, but to hurt the Israelites. It says they prey on widows and take advantage of orphans. That's literal, but also the widow and orphan represents the 12 tribes. So yeah, pretty much they're going to pass a bunch of unfair laws, and that would be how people will be forced into worshiping the beast. And the beast would be Esau Edom, the so-called white man, in particular, dealing with America. Through these unfair laws, that's how people going to be forced into this mark of the beast system. So now, let's get back to this video. And check this out. Matter of fact, hold on. Yeah, check this out.
minute smart cities. This has been their plan. This is why the world is in so much chaos, because these people, they want complete and total control. These are the people that print money out of thin air, that control everything, that own everything. There's a specific group of people too, and I'm pretty sure that most people know who they are. I can't say it, but you know who they are, that are doing all this stuff. They're the one that cause all these problems. They want total and complete control because they're psychopaths. Now, this right here is why we've been under attack spiritually, emotionally, and physically.
Okay, so check this out. This is what it's going to look like to worship the beast. As a matter of fact, let me jump back to the scriptures real quick. This is Revelation 13 and 15 again. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. The beast is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. The image is everything that he's created. It's all a reflection of him. He created everything in his image, from modern day white man Christianity to his false science to AI to all this technology. It was made in the image of Esau, the white man. And what's going to happen, would it say that the image of the beast should both speak, that life will be given to the image of the beast. We about to see this happen in this video, and that all who would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So now we about to see the image of the beast speak.
Entry denied. You have criticized the government.
See that? Little thing said entry denied. You have criticized the government. And I think he might have been trying to go into a grocery store. Yeah, that looked like a grocery store. Now let's see how they're going to force people to worship the image of the beast. Let me read this again. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So they give you the penalty for not worshiping the image of the beast. But they're going to tell you how in verse 16. And he caused of all, both small, great, rich, and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. This is the mark in the right hand. This is the mark that's going to be in the forehead, the different brain chips. The RFID microchip, which would be your digital wallet, digital ID, your key, and much more. Medical records, your history, everything, all on this RFID microchip. This is the mark that's going to go in the right hand. So ultimately, this is the pinnacle of worshiping the image of the beast. When you become one with this cashless digital society itself, because you receiving a microchip, now you're part of it. You're going to beam on all the 5G towers. The satellites going to be able to track you. Cell phone towers, internet towers. You're going to become part of that system. And this is how they're going to enforce it on the people. Verse 17, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So your access to food is going to be cut off. Because that's pretty much what you work for. It's to buy and sell. Everybody needs food and water. But your access is going to be, access to food and water is going to be taken away. That no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark. And that's what we saw in this video. Because you can see it's a grocery store behind him. But what did it say? Because he spoke against the government, access to the grocery store was denied. So yeah, he may have, you can assume he has the microchip. But worshiping the image of the beast worship, it don't stop at the microchip. That's a part of it. That's the pinnacle of it. But even after you get the microchip, that don't mean life is going to be sweet for you in this new world order. No, you're going to be in a digital prison, a digital concentration camp. When they start to establish this cashless digital society, there's going to be nothing else to live for. Because again, worshiping the beast, the image of the beast, ultimately at its peak, is getting an RFID microchip. But with this RFID microchip, you're going to be controlled, tracked, monitored at all times. Now, let's get this video again.
Entry denied. You have criticized the government.
See that? Hold on, I'm trying to make this bigger. Entry denied because he criticized the government. Guess what? That's part of beast worship. You're not speaking out against the government. That's why they're taking away freedom of speech while they're trying to establish this new world order. Pretty beast worshiping the image of the beast, is doing everything they tell you. That's pretty much what it is.
Sorry, last week you purchased too much meat and now your access to your money has been denied.
See that? She said last week he purchased too much meat. Now access to his money has been denied. See that? That no man might buy or sell. So you will be denied the right to buy and sell. Access to your money will be cut off because he brought too much meat. And that's not far-fetched, because according to Bill Gates of hell, he said people eating beef and raising cows is causing global warming. Gates of hell, and what's the other devil name? Cotton Swab. They want people to eat bugs in the future. So you may be only able to get a certain amount of meat, but they really want people to eat bugs. And for them to say he purchased too much meat, now he doesn't have access to his money, that's beast worship. You can't speak out against the government. You eat what they tell you to eat. See that? So this is what beast worship would look like. And think Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, this is not going to continue but for a short moment before that nuclear destruction comes. Now let's keep going.
You haven't let the government know about this trip, and your access is denied.
See that? He taking maybe a surprise trip, but because he didn't let the government know about it, his access was denied. He can't take the trip, and he don't have access to his money now either. So this is what worshiping the beast would look like. Now let me get this. He had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak. So the image of the beast is everything Esau has created. It's all part of his imagination that he manifested. But this system that he created is literally speaking, like it's been given life. It can think, speak, artificial intelligence. So this is literal. He had power to give life unto the image of the beast. That's literal. That the image of the beast should both speak. That's literal. Cause that as many as will not worship, meaning obey, should be killed. So when you read Revelation 20, Revelation 6, they're going to be beheading people, meaning cutting their head off for not getting the RFID microchip. Well, when you go into this word, should be killed, that don't mean they have to literally kill you. They can kill you by taking away your access to your money, by denying you access into the grocery stores. So let's show that real quick. We come to Revelation 13 and 15. That as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. G615. So let's look into what this say. Should be killed, it says to kill in any way, whatever. So that don't mean they have to just kill you with the sword. They can kill you by letting you starve to death because you don't have access to your money. It says allowed to perish. See that? So they can just allow you to perish by denying you access to your money. So now you can't buy food and water. Denying you access to health care. So now you just die of sickness. Let's see if it shows anything else. But to destroy, to allow to perish. And that's what's going to happen to a lot of people if this was to continue, that they will allow people, hold on, allow to perish. They will allow people to starve to death, to get sick and die of sickness, or to die in any other way. Now, when you go to the Strong's definition, it says to kill outright. And that's true. And it says also figuratively to destroy, to put to death, kill, and slay. So even a killing you, that could be figurative as well, not always literal. Now, let's see what the scriptures say right here in the book of Sirach, chapter 34, verse 21. It says, the bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood. So people need food to survive. They need them necessities to survive. They need money to have access to food to survive. So when you take away his bread, when you take away a man's food, when you take away his money, when you take away access to his money or to the grocery store, you a man of blood, because you pretty much killing them. He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him. What's your living? Your right to work. You having access to your money that you work for. You being denied access to a grocery store or denied access to whatever else you may need to survive. He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him. So when you take away your neighbor's living, that's the same as killing him. And he that defraudeth the labor of his hire is a bloodshedder. So when you deny people the necessities of life or whatever they require, it's the same as killing them. So when Revelation 13 and 15 say he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that's his cashless digital infrastructure that he's building up, that the image of the beast should both speak. That's artificial intelligence is literal. And cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be put to death. So how's the image of the beast going to cause the people to be put to death? By denying them access to their money, denying them access to the grocery store, to the doctor's office. You know, whatever. So a lot of people going to be beheaded, decapitated, but when you go back to this word kill, or should be killed, remember what it said? To allow to perish. So this cashless digital society, they just gonna let people die if they don't obey, if they don't comply. Now let's continue.
You have gone over your carbon credit allowance of food this week, and your access to food has been denied.
See that? He went over his carbon credit balance, and what it say? His access to food was denied. That's literally the scriptures. The bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood. So when you take away a man's food, you're pretty much putting them in a famine to die. You a man of blood. He that taketh away his neighbor's living, his access to food, his access to work, his access to his money. You don't work, you don't eat. Take away a neighbor's living, you slayeth him, means you kill him. That's why Revelation 13:17 said that no man might buy or sell. That's how they gonna kill people. Because they can't buy or sell. they're going to allow you to perish. Like what's going to happen to the Edomite here.
Day in the life of UK school children 2035 with digital ID.
Digital ID. Digital ID, some kind of biometric verification.
You have gone over your electricity allowance this week, and your access is denied.
Now look at that. You went over your electricity allowance. Now your access is denied. So food can go bad, spoil you. Refrigerator not working, oven, microwave not working. Now let's say you on some kind of medical equipment, dialysis, I don't know, something that needs electricity. They're going to allow you to perish. So when it says that who would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, well, you can kill outright, or you can just allow someone to perish. You can kill them fast, or you can kill them slow. It's the same. But this is what worshiping the beast actually looks like. And it's happening now. That's why you got to register for everything. Everything needs a damn email address. Everything needs your damn bank account, damn routing number, account number. They're going to send you a text to your phone. You got to verify that way. They're going to send you a confirmation number. Worshiping the beast is happening right now. But it's going to continue to get more draconian, meaning harsh and severe, to the point that it's going to cause people to be put to death. It's going to allow people to perish and die. And best believe there's going to be all kind of draconian mandates. You're going to have a water allowance, an electricity allowance, a food allowance, travel restrictions. And then when you look, this is a smart home. That's why they building up these smart homes. It's about control, tracking, and monitoring. To be all part of this image of the beast. Again, the image of the beast is everything that the white man's created. From his philosophies, to his science, to his religion, to his artificial intelligence, to the microchip.
You have gone over your weekly travel limit and your access is denied.
See that? You went over your weekly travel limit, access is denied. Now you got to go to work. You got to go to the store. Now you can't drive to work. Now you can't go to the store. But then that's how they want to build these 15-minute cities. You should have no reason to go no further than something that's 15 minutes away. Well, let's say there's an emergency, you got to get to the hospital. But this is what it's like. This is what worshiping the beast ultimately is going to look like in a new world order. And we transitioning into that now. And you may even see, like with your phone, if you put in the wrong password too many times, they say you locked out for the next 24 hours. Even with different accounts, if you put the wrong password in too many times, they say you locked out until further notice. Let's continue.
It's purely a digital concentration camp. It's a slavery system.
When Catherine Austin Fitts talks, we should listen. She's a former high-level investment banker in New York and held senior office in the first Bush administration in Washington.
There may be 1,000 models of how it could work. But essentially, you will have, whether it's a banking account or a credit card, and it can be turned off and on. So my incentive system is not you go to work and work hard and you get money. My incentive system can be based on how you behaved in the last 5 minutes, on a 24/7 basis.
CBDCs, as the name suggests, would be issued by central banks like the Federal Reserve in America and the Bank of England, not by high street banks. They would signal the end of cash, and every transaction you make would be transparent and held on a permanent database.
Yeah, this is what worshiping the beast would look like. This is what not just America, but the whole world is transitioning to. Because when Revelation 13:16 say he calls of all, that don't mean just everybody in America. All is everybody on earth. Going to Africa, you're not going to escape this digital system. Now check this out. This is what the future in the New World Order is going to look like. Check this out. It's messed up.
Bruce Kowalski, your monthly universal basic income has been deposited into your account. For more information, press details. You have been paid 2,000 central bank digital tokens. The following fees are being deducted: accommodation fee, food ration fee, recycling fee, clean energy fee, personal greenhouse gas emissions fee, climate change fee, diversity fee. Your current remaining balance is 5 central bank digital tokens, and if not spent, it will expire in 7 days. Bruce.
So that's what your future like for those who wish to continue here in America. The money you got, you get paid a digital currency, then your account instantly gets deducted for all kind of charges. And then you see what he looked like. Long face. That's how everybody would look if the Lord allowed this place to continue. They New World Order not gonna get too far off the ground. And that's Job, I think the 20th chapter. But yeah, this is what worshiping the beast look like. You know, you paying your bills on time. You using as much food, water, electricity, and gas as they tell you. You don't travel nowhere unless you get permission. That's what worshiping the beast looks like in this beginning now. And see, we are part of this to a degree, but the cutoff point with the with the elects, when it comes to what the hell, bro, is when they mandate this microchip right here, Revelation 13:16. When he calls everybody to get the mark in the right hand, that's the cutoff point with the believers. That's when we're gonna discontinue from the white man's system. We make use of it now for our benefit, but when it gets to this point, that's it. We done. But Lord willing, hey, we are part of that who refused the mark. Lord willing, that was informative. Till next time, Shalom.